Hey folks, it's Dave Parrish here, doing another video on Knack functionality. If you like these videos, please give it a like on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. But here we go, today's topic. One-to-one relationship explored. Now, this isn't how to fix things up with your girlfriend or boyfriend. The granddaddy of all the relationships for all databases is one-to-many. Once you get that concept down, you're going to make a lot of progress with how to understand data and how to set up your tables and your whole database. But there's another one that isn't used that often, one-to-one. And why not just use one-to-many and just put one? Well, there's some other functionality that comes up when you're able to use one-to-one. And I'm going to take you through an example of something I did just this week for a client. So I'll be back. Thanks. Back. Hopefully it sounds okay in here. I'm in a co-working space in one of these little phone booth rooms. Let's go for it. One-to-one relationships. Now, this isn't the one-to-many. I have another video on that, I think, but that's really good to learn. Let's jump into my app. Let's see if I got it right here. Here's this app, the nature of this app. It has something to do with medical devices and the testing that they go through before they can be put actually on market. So what this is sort of you create a study. I'm going to just go through it. A study has different products from it's called a sponsor, that'd be like the manufacturer. And these different products, they want to, this isn't collecting clinical data. This thing work. There's going to be something, a device inserted in you or used in a procedure, a whole number of things. What this does specifically is, I'm going to call it a chain of custody. Whatever physically could happen to this, it's sent from the manufacturer to a clinic. Okay, we capture who sent it, when they sent it, how it was sent, tracking numbers, all the physical aspects of this thing. When it arrives at the facility, same thing. Who received it, what condition it was in, what date, all this stuff. Then its status is changed throughout this whole thing until it's used or potentially disposed of. But every person, everything that touches this thing is time-stamped, all kinds of things. Here's the point of my one-to-one here. We have sponsor users. So this is XYZ company is making stuff, and it's in this study. And a user can either be read-only or they can be what's called inventory. They can perform actions on this thing. So picture this, you have, let's say Joe Blow, he works at a sponsor, a company. Now here's the issue I had, and this, we could make Joe Blow an inventory role or a read-only. But if we do that through sponsor user, that means Joe Blow, no matter what study he's involved in, will always be one or the other. And that's not the reality. Joe Blow could be on a whole number of studies. In some of those studies, he could be a read-only, and others, he could be an inventory person. So we needed to, that was the challenge. We needed to capture that. And here's how we did that, and to where one-to-one comes in. We created a user log. Now what this does, here's a study. We're going to keep track of we have to keep track of all kinds of things. It's really detailed, but every employee from the sponsor, we have to capture, okay, this is when they were assigned to be on the study, and when it ended, and here's their role. So I created a child record to study, which is one-to-many. This is a one-to-many, where each study, we're going to capture the different people that are on it and what their role is, and when they were taking off the study too. So I'm going to show you this. Within here, we have this field called role. This is inventory or read-only. And I made this connected to the user. So it's a child. Each user, Joe Blow, could have many different instances of him being on a study. In each one of those instances has a role variable in it. But I made what this is 1-to-1. That means one study can have one instance of Joe Blow on it. That seems reasonable because Joe Blow is only one person. If I made this one-to-many, which would still work, I could still accomplish the same sort of tracking when he was put on, when he was put off. But here's what I'm going to show you it won't do unless you make it 1-to-1. I'm going to go over to the pages side. And here is a study. You know, I'm going to make myself smaller. Sorry, guys. Here's the details of the study. And these are some summary stuff. You can't interact with them other than look at it. So this is sort of read only. But down here, I'm going to do add inventory. This is when a sponsor say, hey, I want this device on this study. They're going to add another, we're calling the terminology inventory, but it's a device. Now, if Joe Blow logs in, here's a rule. Over here, it's at the bottom. If the sponsor user log, the variable role, is read-only, we're going to hide inventory. So it hides this. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you this. We have all these things, you're used to looking through all these things. If we made this one-to-many, this section here would not show up. It wouldn't even be something we can capture to use within a rule. Knack just doesn't allow it because if it's one-to-many, that means there's many child records. That means there could be a number of different values of either inventory or read-only. So it doesn't know which one to pick. So it doesn't even give us the option to do it. But if it's 1-to-1, it says, hey, there's only going to be one instance of this Dave on this, or there's Joe Blow on this study. So we can go look for his role and determine or make a rule that does that. So I'm going to give you an example of this and that'll be done. Let's pop this up. This isn't Joe Blow. I logged in myself. But here I am. I'm going to go to this admin side. I'm going to look at a study here. Let's see what study we're on here. XYZ study. Sorry for bouncing around here. This is XYZ from the admin side where they have control of who's what. Dave Parrish is on XYZ. My role is read only. I'm just going to refresh it, but it's already there. Notice, since I'm read only, I cannot, the add inventory button, the able to perform an action on this is now hidden. Now, let's go back to sponsor management. Let's make me, I'm at the wrong, I need to be an admin. We're going to go here, and we're going to make me inventory now. So I should be able to perform actions. Here's that. Let's get out of this. Back to this study. Okay. Admin. Sorry about these windows. I'm working as an admin now. I'm just updating everyone on here. And it made Dave an inventory person. So now I go to this window, which is me logged in as a sponsor. Since I now have inventory actions I'm allowed to perform, this shows up. Now this is going to drive down further and further. There's all kinds of actions, stuff we can view that can be read only or you can perform actions. So the only way you're able to do that is with the one-to-one relationship instead of a one-to-many. That's what I got for you today. Appreciate it, folks. Thanks.